A federal court has awarded a Denver man $7.2 million in a lawsuit he filed against a popcorn maker and a grocery store for selling him microwaved popcorn that made him sick.
The toxic truth behind butter-flavored popcorn. The microwave beeped. It was just another evening in 2004 when Wayne Watson, a Colorado man with no history of lung problems, tore open a fresh bag of butter-flavored popcorn. As that familiar, comforting aroma filled his kitchen, he took a deep breath and immediately felt like he'd been punched in the chest. Within minutes, his airways swelled shut. His lungs burned as if filled with acid. By the time paramedics arrived, Watson, a perfectly healthy 53-year-old, was suffocating on his own living room floor. Doctors would later compare his lung tissue to charred hamburger meat. The cause? A single chemical hiding in that innocent-looking snack, one that food companies had known was dangerous for decades. This wasn't an isolated incident. Across America, popcorn factory workers were dropping dead from the same mysterious condition. Autopsies revealed lungs so scarred they resembled tree bark. And the terrifying truth was this: that buttery flavor millions craved wasn't just unhealthy, it was destroying people's ability to breathe. Death in the popcorn factories. The first cases appeared in Jasper, Missouri in the late 1990s. Workers at the Gilster Mary Lee popcorn plant started collapsing with identical symptoms. Unexplainable weight loss. A dry, hacking cough that never went away. The terrifying sensation of drowning on dry land. They'd walk 10 feet and be gasping like they'd run a marathon, recalled one doctor. Initial diagnoses ranged from asthma to pneumonia, until biopsies revealed the horrifying truth. These workers had bronchiolitis obliterans, a rare disease so destructive it was nicknamed popcorn lung. The culprit? Diacetyl, the artificial butter flavoring they breathed in daily. By 2000, the CDC confirmed at least 30 factory workers had developed the condition. 8 would eventually need lung transplants just to survive. But here's what made it even more disturbing. The same chemical destroying these workers' lungs was in every bag of microwave popcorn sold to consumers. The chemical that fooled a nation. Diacetyl wasn't some synthetic lab experiment. It was naturally found in butter, just in tiny amounts. Food chemists realized they could isolate and concentrate it, creating an ultra-potent, cheap butter flavor. By the 1980s, it was everywhere. Microwave popcorn, margarine, cake mixes, even pet treats. The FDA classified it as generally recognized as safe, a loophole allowing companies to bypass rigorous testing. But internal documents later revealed manufacturers knew the risks as early as 1985. One rat study showed that inhaling diacetyl caused instant, severe lung damage. Yet for 20 more years, workers kept breathing it in. Until the lawsuits began. In 2004, a jury awarded $20 million to a sickened factory worker. Suddenly, popcorn makers faced a horrifying question. If this chemical could destroy workers' lungs, what was it doing to people eating it every day? The cover-up. When Wayne Watson sued for his popcorn-induced lung damage, food companies fought back hard. Their argument? Consumers only eat small amounts. Workers inhaled pure powder. But then, researchers made a chilling discovery. Microwaving butter-flavored popcorn released diacetyl vapor into the air. One study found that simply opening a freshly cooked bag exposed you to levels comparable to factory workers' daily intake. Even worse, diacetyl wasn't just in the flavoring. It formed spontaneously when the popcorn heated. That meant no amount of removing it could make it completely safe. Facing billions in lawsuits, companies quietly reformulated their products in the late 2000s, but never told the public why. The bait and switch. With diacetyl under fire, food chemists simply created new butter flavors, like 2,3-pentanedione. There was just one problem. The replacement was just as toxic. Studies showed it caused identical lung scarring in animals. Yet because the FDA still doesn't require safety testing for flavor chemicals, it remains in countless foods today. Even more alarming, no one knows the long-term effects of eating these chemicals. While the EPA regulates airborne workplace exposure, there are no limits for ingestion. That means a child eating butter-flavored snacks daily could be consuming who knows how much of a chemical known to destroy lungs. Popcorn lung goes viral. Just when the popcorn industry thought the crisis was fading, a new disaster hit: vaping. In 2015, Harvard researchers tested 51 e-cigarette flavors. Over 75% contained diacetyl or its substitutes, including sweet, creamy flavors marketed to teens. Suddenly, popcorn lung wasn't just a factory hazard anymore. Cases began appearing in otherwise healthy young vapors, some as young as 18. While some countries banned these chemicals in vape juice, the US still allows them, just like they're still allowed in food. The FDA's failure. Despite overwhelming evidence, the FDA still hasn't banned diacetyl or its substitutes in food. Why? The GRAS loophole lets companies declare their own ingredients safe without FDA approval. Lobbying efforts by major food manufacturers have stalled regulation for decades. No long-term studies exist on how daily ingestion affects human health. The result? You could be eating these chemicals right now without knowing it. They're still found in movie theater popcorn, packaged baked goods, non-dairy creamers, even some natural flavored products. The conclusion. Today, most microwave popcorn brands claim to be diacetyl-free, but with no real oversight, those labels mean little. As for Wayne Watson, he won his lawsuit, but his lungs will never fully recover. Factory workers who handled the chemical still suffer. And while the popcorn industry insists everything is safe now, one thing is clear: we are the guinea pigs in a decades-long food experiment. Because sometimes the most dangerous ingredients aren't the ones we fear, they're the ones we crave. And by the time science catches up, it may already be too late. The end. Subscribe for the next exciting documentary from The Fast Food Files. How Lunchables became a health disaster in disguise.